Hello once again, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Can We Talk About podcast's final nail in the Gem coffin.
Like Kiss coffins, but Gem.
Other than, of course, that last Choose Your Own Adventure book. It is The Gem, Season 3, Stingtacuber, a retrospective on the third season, and I'm sure many pieces of the series as a whole. That series, of course, Kristen, being that series we were very different of. That neon nightmare, that pastel phantasm, that oh so frighteningly fashionable 80s cartoon. Air quotes classic. Jim and the Holograms is the last time I'm going to do that, man.
No, we'll say Jim every single time Gem comes up in the last Choose Your Own Adventure.
I'm a man who finds there's never been a right time to say goodbye. My name's Joe.
Now that I found my father, I hope you'll all be as happy as I am. I'm Kristen.
And we have experienced all of Season 3 and all of Gem itself via Shout Factory's Gem and the Holograms Truly Outrageous Complete Series box set, as well as the wonderful world of Netflix. Kristen, Netflix.
And now I watched an almost entire Paper Mario Thousand Year Door LP in the last 2 days, over 100 parts. That was fun.
There we go, great. I watched another Ken Burns documentary about the West, which had some crossover with the Civil War, and then it kind of started getting into, like, it was getting into, like, Teddy Roosevelt and stuff, and the early 1900s, and
Nice.
I don't know a lot about our history between the Civil War and World War One. It's just like, what? Huh?
I'm purposely avoiding saying anything specific for fear of being incorrect. I've also been playing Animal Crossing Pocket Camp.
Nice. When did that come out? Like a day or so ago?
The day before Thanksgiving, I believe.
The day before Thanksgiving.
Or on Tuesday, I think, when I was on the bus. I was like, shit, I didn't download it! We're in the same room this time.
We are. If you couldn't tell by the quality of sound here, this is since Father's Day, so
yeah,
pretty much the direct middle of the series we did an episode. Well, and the fan was in the same room together, but
that was exactly last year, wasn't it?
Probably.
I haven't been home for a year.
Right. So, as it stands, of course, this is we're talking about season 3 of Gem, which unfortunately is a bit shorter compared to the other seasons here. We got a whole 12 episodes, including a two-parter for technically 12 altogether? With the two-parter.
I can't count.
I get confused because there are
12.
Mm-hmm.
I have the Wikipedia page for Gem Season 3 open, because inevitably we always need to reference it anyway.
Wonderful. Well, alright. Well, Kristen, as it stands, when the Season 3 comes together, how did you feel about Season 3 compared to 1 and 2?
My least favorite.
Wow, really? Oh my god. Okay.
Or on par with Season 1, maybe. Season 2 is the MVP, for sure. Feel like it hits all the right areas. All of my favorite episodes are in Season 2. Season 1 was fine but weird sometimes.
And Season 3 was fine but weird sometimes?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I like Season 3, but we've talked about a lot where with less episode real estate, you get into these problems where it's just like, uh-oh, who's this? Why do we care?
They had all those apparent holdover episodes, could not write more for the Stingers, so at some point you think, why are the Stingers here?
They put them all together, too. If they kind of spaced it out a bit, maybe you do Midsummer Night's Madness is like the...
That weird, 3-episode gap that we have where, the Stingers are gone having sex with each other, and I'm watching a Beauty and the Beast stage rock opera.
And a dance episode.
And Rio is very irritating.
And a dance episode. Boy, Kristen, love that dance.
Oh, of course.
Hashtag love that dance.
Hashtag dance love.
Please no. So, we're going to be talking a little bit about everything in culmination of the series, everything, all that fun stuff, basically continuing where we left off here. There's no more Gem Bible to talk about as far as we know,
no.
So...
Maybe there is. Hey, Christy Marks, hit me up.
Give me the Gem Bible.
At cwtapod.
We're going to play the theme song one last time here, and when we get back, we're going to be talking about Gem.
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 Me and my friends are Gem girls. Gem. Gem is my name. Exciting adventure, fashion, and fame. Once you're a Gem girl, you're never the same. Come on and be a Gem girl. Gem. Gem is my name. Me and my friends are Gem girls. Gem. Gem is my name. Truly outrageous, that's a Gem girl. Glamour, fashion, and fame. Exciting adventure, fashion, and fame. Once you're a Gem girl, you're never the same. Come on and be a Gem girl. Gem. Gem is my name. Gem.
And now back to Gem.
Gem. So Gem, Kristen. Season 3 had, as you were one to say, Jericho went fucking crazy.
I liked that part.
In a few of the episodes. And I think that might be... Now, as far as, like, adding stuff to other characters, we didn't really get that.
No.
There was a lot of Jericho going bonkers because she's now got another possible love interest.
You railroad that character enough, refuse to give her any room for development, and the only logical conclusion is that she becomes an actual crazy person. The dark side of Gem Season 4.
I'm just saying, I mean, like, we had character episodes in the other seasons, obviously, and all the, we got, okay, Stingers hit town. That's all about the Stingers.
Yep.
Video Wars was about Clash, at least. We did get an episode for Clash, and technically Video, too. But again, did we need it?
I wish they could have done something better than
Video Wars.
Video Slams Clash one last time.
Beauty and the Rock Motor Jam episode. Homeland Heartland Dance. Midsummer Night's Madness Stingers. Day of the Music Died, Stingers and Gem, kind of, pretty much. Jericho, maybe, a little bit. Mm-hmm. Everybody had a part in the Day the Music Died, so whatever.
It's just everyone being dramatic, no actual progress on any character development.
2 episodes about new characters, 2 episodes about the Stingers, and the last episode. And, Aja never got an episode. Aja never got an episode in the series.
And again, we've mentioned it before, technically Pizzazz didn't either.
No, she didn't. The Misfits really only got to be, I don't even want to say that they got to be villains, because Roxy and Stormer got an episode.
Yeah.
Jetta got, well, Brit Rock's not really about
Jetta
her.
got an episode where she was an asshole.
Jetta got an episode about her family while also having the talent search, which is also kind of all that Rhea got, unless we kind of took enchantment.
Yeah, Jetta never got an episode about how the Misfits actually appreciate her, and neither did Pizzazz. Well, kind of in the Stingers Hit Town Part 2, but that was mostly Pizzazz being like, let's be a band again, and then being like, okay?
Yeah, no, the Stingers didn't like Pizzazz in the Stingers Hit Town Part 2 until the end.
So, yeah, not much there wasn't the same sort of like, oh, we actually need Stormer, oh, we actually need Roxy. Roxy, you illiterate fuck! Come back to the band!
So Gem as a whole, Kristen, as a whole series... Now, maybe it's just because we've been talking about it for 2 years, but I feel as though I put a lot of my perspective through Gem as a series at this point, where I think about, I relate things to Gem in terms of how they are. So I don't know if that's a thing that you do too, where it's just like, Gem has become very important to me.
Yeah, we discussed it in A Father Should Be. When I try to talk critically about Gem, I come up short a little bit. Like, I don't know what else to say about it besides, this cartoon's kind of bad. But it's a horrible thing, and I love it a lot.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't even know if I'd call it bad. It's just that, I mean, it's definitely got bad episodes. It's just,
It's not good.
Let's not beat around the bush here.
I mean, I guess we have to turn our standards back to what would have been acceptable for an 80s cartoon for children.
Even then, the middle of nowhere is rough.
Yeah.
And bad.
Yeah.
And rough bad.
Mm-hmm.
Badong.
Badong.
As they say.
As they do.
Maybe that's just me. I don't know. I feel like Gem has become a very important part of my life.
I mean, it would be really depressing if it wasn't after all the time we dedicated to it. Wouldn't you love to get to the end of the podcast and go, what? Why did we do that? Why? All that time wasted.
Why did we spend so much time on a pink lady?
Oh no, it turns out this all sucked and I didn't enjoy any of it. That isn't what happened.
No, it was very enjoyable.
And now we have a absolutely nitpicky, petty legacy that we're leaving behind on the internet forever.
For everyone to see.
Yes, here, because it's a podcast.
Here on Earth, yes, for everyone to hear. I thought you meant here like H-E-R-E here for a second. I was like, what?
Are you saying that no one but us listens to the podcast? Because that's probably true.
Like here in my room? Like, what are we talking about?
No, I don't think so. Joe, this is a podcast studio.
Of course. So, Season 3, I think we can get into. We played the game during the previous Stingtacuber. This being... Did I mention this is the Stingtacuber? I don't even remember.
I think you did at the top of the thing. Also, the second one was the Gymtacuber.
Shit. You're right. I can't even keep track of my own stupid jokes, Kristen.
Yep. That's how stupid and absolutely no thought put into them they are.
The game of One Good, One Bad, which, of course...
It'll be a lot shorter this time.
Yeah, again, half the episodes, but... One Good, One Bad, it can allow us to kind of go back, reflect on the season that was, which, of course, we started with The Stingers Hit Town, which, my good for that, Kristen, was the introduction of characters to shake up the status quo, even though it sounds like you don't like the status quo that was left behind.
Well, to some degree, the status quo didn't change at all. And to some degree, the status quo got even more unreasonable.
True.
Again, in theory, love the Stingers. Really do. If this season were twice as long... Thank God. It isn't, though, so why bother?
As it stands, we've got about...
Either take out the one-off character episodes and put in more Stingers episodes, or get rid of the Stingers.
What was your good for the Stingers at town?
All the drama of a soap opera on its 12th season.
Yeah, pretty
Let's
much.
make this love triangle more complicated.
Pretty much.
Put more sides on that thing.
Didn't even realize that I forgot that the bad that I wrote for the Stingers at town was the status quo that was left behind.
Ah, there we go.
So yeah, as you're saying, things get a little more complicated with, but really no, we don't address it. And also the fact, I don't know if I wrote that in here. I think I might have written it a little later when we get to characters. But Eric just dies after this episode.
It's really sad, actually.
I don't think he shows up in any meaningful manner because in Video Wars, it's the Misfits, it's their entire plan. They're not part of Beauty and the Rock Promoter, and they're not part of Homeland Heartland.
He's Preston Brook.
So what the fuck happened to Eric?
He died.
What happened? Charlie Adler, where'd you go?
Come back. My bad for the Stingers at town was pizzazz bashing, and then I put a sad face.
Pizzazz really got the short end of the stick.
Again, I don't see the value in this children's cartoon rewarding the Stingers for being shitty people and then saying Pizzazz should be shat upon because she's a shitty person who is in love.
That's the thing is, I like the sort of dynamic that they have going on where Riot likes Jem, but Jem don't like Riot, and Pizzazz likes Riot, but Riot don't like Pizzazz. All that needs to happen is Jem needs to like Pizzazz, and Pizzazz, no. Stop it.
I can get behind that. I mean, if you want to have a conversation about Pizzazz being in hate love with Jem, I can get us there.
With 90% of the characters in the series.
Yeah, honestly. Pizzazz has so much hate in her heart and she just wants to share it with everyone, and they just want to tear Pizzazz down.
Well, she might deserve it.
But then don't all of the other characters.
Yeah, but don't have the Stingers also succeed.
It is all disproportionately put onto Pizzazz. She carried our sins. She died for us.
So, but that's the thing is, basically you're saying the Stingers win, technically, at the end of the Stingers hit
The
town.
Stingers, they get setbacks. They are never defeated.
No, they're never arrested for no reason.
Zipper.
Then again, we didn't have, maybe if we went along, again.
Eventually, Minx would have been arrested for sexual assault.
You touched that dude's dick like 5 times? What are you doing?
We watched you! That was a policeman! You can't just do that!
I was trying to get out of the ticket.
It did not work.
Video Wars, Kristen. My good for Video Wars was Clash's plan that she doubled up on, tripled up on, to make sure that it worked. She's like, this is fucking, I've got it. We've got Tech Rat, we've got Disguise Shit, we've got Video, I stole her tape. It's all gonna come together. There's no way that all of these dominoes are going to fall and make the entire thing come down. Wait a minute.
When did Clash become a sympathetic character? They're really terrible to her, too.
Clash is a nightmare, and we're just like, what?
She just wants her shitty friends to like her.
Maybe that's the thing. The Misfits all get shat on at the end of the Stingers hit town, so now they must, as the bullying ladder goes, they must shit on Clash.
I guess so. My good was Clash never did anything wrong in her life that wasn't directed at people who deserve it.
Well, I was going to say One Gem Too Many. She impersonated Jem. What was the end game for One Gem Too Many? I don't remember. Was it just Eric Raymond being like, I'm going to ruin Jem's career?
He says, I manage Jem now. Make Jem look like shit. It wasn't a well thought out plan.
That's right. It wasn't just make Jem look like shit, but yes, Eric coming in and being like, oh,
And now the Misfits also play with Jem, but they're bankrupting Starlight Music.
Didn't Buzz Dixon write One Gem Too Many?
I can't remember.
I think he did a better job with Straight from the Heart, which I think he wrote Straight from the Heart. Whatever.
I don't remember.
My bad, of course, for Video Wars is Clash's plan not working!
My bad was, what is this Jem diss track?
I hate the last laugh so much, Kristen.
It's so petty! Your heroes can't be petty like that. That's why they're heroes. The Misfits get to be petty because they're supposed to suck.
Why was there an episode written where it's just, you're supposed to, look at fucking Rock and Roll Express, where it's just, the Misfits crash their gliders or whatever the fuck, their biplane, in the middle of the desert, and Jem isn't just like, fucking stay out there.
Have fun dehydrating and becoming pizzazz jerky.
To death.
To death, until you're dead. Have fun getting eaten by a snake bear.
A chimera in the middle of the desert.
I assume that's what lives there. I thought a bear first realized it wasn't the forest, and then thought a snake is also a thing in the desert.
Snake bear.
Got it.
New chimera with a bear and a snake.
I love it.
Beauty and the Rock Promoter. Kristen, I actually like, we got, good songs and a concept. We got future Beauty and the Beast, created before Disney.
Uh-huh. It holds together better than you would expect, but it's still like, why though? Why?
Electric Beast, Turbine. I don't understand.
We can take a few of these things out and still have it work.
The bad, of course, being Red Johnny Mac? Was that his name?
I just called him Mac.
Mac and cheese.
Yep. I'm pretty sure there was a K in there.
Macintosh.
No.
Apples.
Stop it.
I didn't like him at all. I don't like the fact that he was the Beast. I don't like... That was... Okay, so I think we talked about it in the episode.
I know you're still super angry about that bait and switch.
No, it's not even a bait and switch. It was a bait. There was no switch involved.
That's true.
They laid the bait out there, and then they were like, wait a minute.
There it is.
And
that's it.
They let me have it, and it's just like, all right, where is it? And like, where's what?
They put cheese out, and you think that there's a box that they're going to pull the string out to make the box fall over you, but you just get the cheese and you get to go.
And the cheese is Red Johnny Mac, and it's really unsatisfying.
Yeah. My good for Beauty and the Rock promoter was Jem matter-of-factly telling Rio the Beast is fake, like she wasn't like she wasn't the person acting absolutely bonkers the whole time.
If this was a holdover from the season, because again, Jem gets fucking crazy in this episode. She's a method actor, maybe.
We haven't seen proof of that yet, but
She also
wouldn't you know it.
She also does get overworked to the point of going into a coma, so she might have been having hallucinations.
That's totally possible.
This man in a costume that I'm singing at, he's trying to be real, right? Oh my god.
I haven't had anything to eat in 3 days. Bad. Mac was a dick and they made him a millionaire after being tricked by him.
Mac starts the episode being kind of skeevy and bad, so I don't understand what's going on.
He puts on the show for the sole purpose of profiting off of Jem's brand and succeeds.
Yeah, pretty much.
And they're his friend.
To pay his creditors.
Yeah.
Who are also just like,
to pay the men with bricks who want to hit him in the knees with the bricks.
We're rich too now, yay!
Yay, it all worked out.
Homeland Heartland. The good of Homeland Heartland, Kristen. Nature itself wants to destroy Dance.
Just like us. It's karma.
What is your good for Homeland Heartland?
It's the last Dance episode ever.
Well, that's one way to look at it.
Now we can just assume she's dead.
She should have died in that avalanche. God damn it.
She did, and then the rest of the episode was a fever dream because... Never mind. I'm gonna get to it.
The bad. Drama. D space R space A space M space A. Drama. Drama.
My bad is the hanging thread of what happened to Dance's mom.
I don't know if that's a bad thing necessarily. I'm fine with it.
Why even bring it up then? Why was her mom missing? As if they were going to get back to it in a future episode.
They might. That's the thing. They might have. That's why again, hold over season 2 script. But also, Kristen, you could save that for the non-canon novels after the series is over.
Of course, the ones that I'm writing currently.
Jem,
Dance's mom was dead.
The Jem expanded universe.
That's me. I'm the writer.
And then Disney's gonna buy it, and they're gonna be like, not relevant anymore.
Well, shit.
Kyle Katarn, get out of here!
There goes all my hard work.
Get out of here, all these stories about Boba Fett that make him really cool.
I knew that's what you were talking about, but I didn't have anything to contribute to it.
Midsummer Night's Madness. The good, of course. Jerica has gone insane, all because of Purple Olivia Newton-John.
Yes.
Synergy being the cause... Again, we've talked about...
She feeds into it. She's like, yes, more crazy.
The hologram somehow causing some sort of radiation to destroy her brain.
Those earrings are right up there. Inside her eardrums going to, I assume, her brainstem. It's been a while since I've taken my high school anatomy class, and then I went to art school. I'm pretty sure the ears don't go directly to the brain.
My brain is in my wrist, I think, right?
I can't remember. I'm an artist, I don't know. My good is basically everything but Minx holding Rio in a smooch headlock and Jerica thinking he's totally into it.
So, my bad for Midsummer Night's Madness, Kristen. Jerica somehow mistaking Minx being around Rio for Rio being into Minx.
It's because she's so hot. That just has to be it.
I mean, she's got to be careful. She's got to take precautions and be like, where's the sexy blonde woman? Where is she? She's within 5 feet of Rio, and she's exuding this hotness, some kind of weird German pheromone, and he's just like, well, maybe.
Hang on, that hat though. My bad is Rio is petulant and irritating, but at least here it's the least annoying and most justified it's ever been.
That's true. Rio is just like, what? I don't get it.
Him, though, at the beginning of the episode calling Jerica boss lady, and then throwing a cable on the ground and walking away. Is he 17? Like, what is his problem?
We don't know how old Rio is, Kristen.
He graduated from college.
22.
We can assume he's at least 22.
Minimum 22.
Do not act that way.
He looks like a dad.
I hate him so much.
I think Rio gets a bad rap, Kristen.
Is it because you talk to me on a frequent basis?
No. Well, you give Rio a bad rap, but I think you are you're not causing the bad. He deserves
criticism.
70% of it, I'll say. But sometimes it's Jerica's fault.
I feel like I have been an equal opportunity complainer about both Rio and Jerica. I just get more satisfaction about complaining about Rio.
No, you're right, and that's all well and good.
That's who I am. Take it or leave it.
The day the music died, the good for that is interesting narrative told through different perspectives, and pizzazz wins.
Yeah! I love it. My good is right. Kidnaps Jem, and Stockholm Syndrome totally works.
Does it, though? Because we don't get Jem's perspective on the episode at all.
Again, if they
She
wanted
coulda
to take
left.
my suggestion of
left.
it being, Jem's just faking until someone comes and finds her because she knows in her heart that Rio totally will. But she doesn't! So I don't believe the writers thought of it.
No, it's they basically like, Jem's here, and then somebody was like, wait a minute, excuse me, what's Jem doing with Riot still? And then who wrote the music, Roger Slifer, I think?
Well, I have the Wikipedia page open, so I guess I'll look. Roger Slifer.
Roger Slifer wrote it, and Roger Slifer would just like sit down person and then strikes him with lightning.
Get out of
'Cause
here!
he could do that somehow.
I also really appreciate that Minx is just like, fuck your plan, Riot. I'm bored.
Can we get the Stingers back together, please?
I don't like being in this supergroup.
The bad of the day the music died, Kristen. Jericho being so bad at running Starlight Music that it takes 2 days for her to not be there, and suddenly everybody's just like, fuck, we're bankrupt!
Everyone acting as though it is definitely Pizzazz's fault when there's no way.
You brought up a very good point in the episode itself, where, if not for Jericho being so bad at finances and everything, there's no reason for Pizzazz to be like, take it back! I don't want it anymore! And she would have kept winning, because, you gotta think, Kristen, what's Jericho gonna do? Go to bankruptcy court and be like, hey, what happened?
Hey, she bought that thing for me and then she ruined it in a week. Maybe 3 months, it's not clear!
And the guy's gonna be like, well, where were you during this time? And she's gonna be like, Mexico?
No, Jem was in Mexico. Where was Jerica? Jerica was just AWOL. She was just being neglectful of her company. And Kimber didn't do a great job either.
She forgot to take those classes.
Yep.
Take those graphic design classes with Shayna.
She's been skipping. My bad for the day the music died is Jem's passport.
How many times... Really, Kristen, we could have started this in Adventure in China, which I hope that we did, because
I think we did.
I have not listened to Adventure in China in a long time, but I'm hoping that, hey, what's up with Jim's passport?
I would be interested in hearing a supercut of us inquiring about Jem's passport.
Because it's a little egregious, I'd say.
If they ever mentioned it once, I would be fine with it. Really. Even if it were a bad explanation. Like, Synergy just made a hologram one and it looked fine.
How's she gonna hand it to anybody, Kristen?
Holograms. They're fucking magic.
They are magic. We've seen on many
They can do anything.
an occasion. That old Hodane magic. My good for that is Rapture being the only Stinger to not get a redemption story, pretty much, and just being an asshole through and through the entire
She's just
time.
evil.
She gets to be the most misfitty Stinger.
My good is Rapture is stone cold and would die to take a con all the way.
My bad being Astral's hair and giant coat.
Not the Farnsworth lady? I think she was the worst part of the episode.
She probably was. Again, Chris, we can't say bad things about Gina Bakar.
Whatever. I love Gina Bakar. See, my bad was everything else fucked this episode.
Oh, wow.
That's not true. I really like Gina
I
Bakar.
was gonna say, I thought you liked... Well, not even that you like that old 2D magic, but...
I like Rapture. And I really like how
yeah.
she wrote Rapture.
Yeah, I know I like Rapture, too. She wrote a very good Rapture.
And the Stingers were also just complete assholes in that episode. And that's like, at peak Stingers, I really do appreciate the Stingers. They are the worst.
Straight from the Heart, also an episode with, I don't even want to say peak Stingers, but just like... Not because that's the thing, they're not even being like megalomaniacal crazy in that episode. It's just they're being normal assholes.
Yep,
and,
that's just how they are in their day to day, and you get to see it.
And Regine gets to take the brunt of that.
Mm-hmm.
So my good for Straight from the Heart is Regine is a decent character.
If she got more time, maybe I would have agreed with you.
Maybe if she had more of an episode, maybe that'd be nice. Wouldn't it be nice if Regine got another episode and we wouldn't have to wait so long
Yeah, I had a
for
feeling that's where I was
30 years of Gem.
My good is the Countess!
The Countess Danielle de Voisin, who really, other than her and Lindsay, I think are the champion third and dairy characters of the series. Because you get into...
I love Lindsay and the Countess so much.
You get into video. You get video and dance, they're secondary characters. Then you've got characters who don't have episodes based around them, but are a force and are around.
Dance and video, they get enough that they are so good that we can't do anything creative with them in our own extended universe.
I did, though, like in Video Wars, video being incredibly up her own ass. Like, just that entire conversation.
How do I top my myself. Ah!
And Chrissy just being like, okay.
Okay. You realize you're having orphans edit this for you, right?
Oh, Jerica told me about the orphan labor, and let me tell. Whoo!
She is not utilizing you guys to your fullest potential. Come here, sit down! I'm gonna show you how to use Windows Movie Maker.
My bad from Straight From the Heart. We didn't need precious episode space allotted to Regine, as decent a character as she was.
Nope, my bad is. I'll say it one last time. Fashion design does not work that way.
At least we saw that Regine put more than one model on a page, though, right?
Yes, I believe so. But again, surprising your clients. Really not how that works.
No.
Like, the first part where they were like, we don't really know what we want, just show us something. And then it's like, oh, that's not really what we want. Then you work with them and go, okay, what do you want? First it was Jem's request that was kind of stupid.
To be fair, yeah, your client being wishy-washy and just being like, whatever, that's not really great.
At that point, then you need to take charge as the artist and say, no, I need you to work with me better because clearly we're not thinking the same way here.
It's not like
Amateur!
It's not like I hang out at the house all the time like Shayna.
No.
A change of heart, Kristen, the good of that, and I pointed this out in the episode itself, at the end of Too Much, where soft-faced Minx, it just slowly zooms in on her and she gets that angry fucking grimace on her face, just like, you gotta be motherfucking kidding me.
Okay, fuck this.
I try to be good and this is what I get. Oh my god.
Never again. My good is Minx is season 3's MVP. Fight me about it.
More of an MVP than Rapture.
Yeah.
Well, she get again. We will talk. We won't talk about this in Riot's Hope, but the fact that it was just like, and Rapture's here. It's like,
What?
Huh?
Okay.
Not gonna give more than a line of dialogue to Rapture. Okay. No more exposition for her.
We really don't care about Rapture at all. All right.
The asshole. Here
They spent the Riot episode giving us Minx's backstory, and then said, "Oh shit, there's Rapture too."
Straight out of Davenport, Iowa. Here I am.
Ew.
In Germany, for whatever reason.
Where did you get that information that she's from?
She's not.
Okay.
That's just the. I assume she's from middle USA, and I'm just like, Davenport, Iowa.
Because they never say that she's from Germany, right?
No.
It's just a coincidence that she looks like Minx's sister.
She's there. And she speaks with a very clear American accent
Yeah.
too. So.
All right.
So my bad of a change of heart is Minx getting a little emotional, little more than my liking. I understand.
Joe, that's just how women are.
Christy Marks, I understand you want to write a dramatic episode, but you got Minx nearly jumping off a goddamn building.
She's hanging on by a thread, and it's just kind of not... Like, I know it's a cartoon. It's not very realistic, though. My bad is the songs besides Out of My Way are only okay. Out of My Way is clearly the best song.
Yeah, well, that's true. Again, being the first Misfits song and the last one, it's like poetry. They rhyme. Riot's Hope, Kristen, I'm just going to very quickly go back and forth on this one. Good. Angry Dad impressions. Bad. Angry Dad.
Don't need the real Mad Dad.
The Mad Dad.
Don't need Scary Nightmare to Don't Wake Daddy.
Don't need him a dad.
He'll hit you with his belt. My good is Jem seems to be in love with Riot and he's too busy with family drama to give a fuck.
That's also true.
It was very satisfying to watch that happen.
To not have Riot hit on Jem during that entire exposition thing.
He is very level-headed, except when it comes to dealing with his dad, because his dad sucks.
Yeah, true. And I'm sure the bad of Riot's Hope. Riot Dad. Dad Riot.
I actually have my bad as Jem, I'll fix your family, Jerica, none of my business, Benton.
Also true. Why did she do that?
Because it's her duty.
Because she's paragon of virtue. Giving it. I helped so many children.
Dr. Jerica Benton.
Give me your tired little bastards. Give it to me.
I'll fix your dad.
Statue of Gemini over here.
Gemini almost got it.
Oh, I tried. A father should be a good man. A father should be wise. A father should be tall and strong with laughter in his eyes. Martin didn't have laughter in his eyes.
He sure did not. He had PTSD in his eyes.
He had explosions from Vietnam in his eyes.
Yeah, he had the war in his eyes.
My good of a father should be Bonnie and the Bear Pit are reunited. And her father is also reunited with her.
And she comes out victorious.
And Martin is Snake Eyes.
Yay! My good is, I love you, Bonnie.
Precious angel. Bonnie, noir detective.
She did such a good job.
The bad, this is where it all makes me feel feelings.
My bad is a little ridiculous, don't you think, Christy Marks? Just a tad. A little dramatic.
I think, Kristen, they set the bar a little high in season 1 when Roger Slifer was just like, so hey, can Jem win the Indy 500?
I don't see why not.
And whoever wrote the Presidential Dilemma, hey, a quick question. Can we give Jem the Presidential Medal of Honor really quick?
Will they have a concert at the Kennedy Center?
At California's famous Kennedy Center.
Perfect, then yes! Why did you even ask?
I understand that the Kennedy Center is in Washington, D.C., Kristen.
I know.
The joke has quickly evolved into me from places famous just to California's famous Kennedy Center.
I know.
So that was the little wrap-up of the season. We're going to be playing a song very quickly here before we move into some bests and worsts, as we are wont to do in these here. What we'll be playing is a song from Beauty and the Rock Promoter, You'll Never Win My Love, which is a fine song, I think. Beauty and the Rock Promoter, I think a lot of its strengths rely on the songs being pretty good, except for Starlight, Our Love Makes You Beautiful. Is that the one that it's called?
Yeah, the You're Ugly, but I don't really want to say that.
And then he turns into red, and she's like, oh no, put the beast head back on.
Ooh, put it away. He has red hair. Don't want it.
So we're going to play that song for you, and when we get back, it'll be, you know the drill.
You'll never win my love, coming on so strong. You'll never win my love, you're going at it all wrong. You'll never win my love, acting cruel and mean. You'll never win my love, and routine. If you abuse me, you'll only lose me. You'll never make me care. Give me a rough time. You'll have a tough time. You'll never get anywhere. What are you thinking of when you act unkind? You'll never win my love without a new frame of mind. If you abuse me, you'll only lose me. You'll never win my love.
So, Kristen, as with most Gem seasons, there are characters in these episodes.
What? Since when?
Characters that can fall on either best or worst, which we'll start with some of the worst characters of the season, Kristen. Let me open the bidding here. Let me open the floor, open the floodgates with Sven? What was his name in Homeland Heartland?
No, it's not Swanson.
No, that's the guy from Last Resort.
Hang on. Homeland Heartland. There she falls. Stefan!
Stefan.
I knew this Wikipedia page would come in handy.
Stefan is male dance?
Yeah, he's boring, do good, and useless.
Boring, do good, useless, and basically everybody in Homeland Heartland I didn't like. Everybody. The police in Zagreb didn't, no. Just chasing Jem.
Dance's dad was a yellow-bellied coward.
Yeah. And an idiot.
The evil guy, and then also the lady from The Princess and the Singer also sucked.
Homeland Heartland is, I mean, at least we can laugh at things like Dance Time, where Dance has all the tendons snapped in her leg by a cardboard tree falling on her.
We got to see some bad things happen to Dance.
We did. Homeland Heartland, she gets scooped up by an avalanche and then dug out of the snow, and then she meets her father, and it's just like, what? Huh?
And then they don't find her mom. I'm sorry I keep bringing that up. I'm so irritated with it.
I don't want to see Zagreb on a map anymore, Kristen.
Nope.
I don't. Just take Croatia and just throw it away.
Goodbye.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to advocate for Croatia to be destroyed. I just rather not see it anymore.
I'm sorry this fictional character ruined your whole country. My worst characters. So I have 2 sentences written down here.
Oh, good. I'm ready.
Wright and Rio can both go drown in a river.
All right. Very good. And hey, that falls in with the Stingers all drowning.
Exactly! Wright didn't get what was coming to him.
Kristen, I thought about it. I don't know if we mentioned it during Riot's Hope, but
Do you think the record in the pool
the
is
record in
symbolic?
the record in the pool is symbolic of the Stingers all drowning. Because,
Yeah!
because everybody, I don't think that's a through line, but it has to be fucking something. Something.
That can't be a coincidence.
Something is clicking in my brain where Rapture nearly drowns in a tank of water, Mix nearly drowns in the ocean,
And then all 3 of them on an album cover get thrown into a pool.
into Riot's pool.
Yes. It's definitely symbolic. There's an Ophelia thing going on here. Then I said replace everyone with Anthony Julian or Howard Sands.
Hey, Howard Sands didn't get any, well, nor did Anthony Julian, did he?
No. I just miss them.
When was the last time we actually saw Anthony Julian? It wasn't the talent search. He showed up for a little bit. Oh no, he showed up at the very end of
Hollywood
Gem to
yes.
be Shayna's date and
Yes.
say 2 lines maybe,
Yeah, he did not do much.
if that. Howard Sands got to show up in Hollywood Gem 2 with Cherry's Jubilee.
Yes.
Of course.
And Zacountess!
So Kristen, another one of my worst characters for the season. It's not really his fault. Again, Eric died. What happened to Eric?
It's the worst thing that happened to a character,
The
which is Eric dying.
Yes, the worst thing that happened to a character in Gem is Eric just not showing up because Charlie Adler is precious, and we need him in the episodes to do his Charlie Adler things.
Speaking of which, I didn't actually write this down, but since we've already touched on it, yeah, Red Johnny Mac sucked.
He kind of just started the episode being very male Jetta-ish, of just being like heavily accented and a bit of like a
Kind of a liar.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw one out to Yakitori from Straight from the Heart as well.
Ah, yes, Yakitori, who was really showed the all the wrong reasons to be a fashion designer.
Fame!
It's like, that guy signing your checks, you gotta do whatever he says.
Really, he just wanted to have sex with Riot.
Can I double back on calling Regina a good character for fucking with the crystal in the board meeting room? Do it. I'll just put that for
This seems like a good idea.
most stupid moment by a character.
And that makes, in turn, a great moment for Rapture.
Yes, so there's levels to it.
Speaking of which, I put Minx is the best.
As the best.
But she and Rapture both kind of are a window into what would happen if the Misfits were smarter and less focused on only ruining Gem's life.
Because they can ruin a lot of lives.
They will ruin anyone's life.
Also, I put Rystad for being an asshole as a bad character.
Oh, yeah, he
Of
sucks.
course. Yes, no, goes without saying. In my best character section here, I did put the Stingers as a whole, but mostly Minx and Rapture.
Yeah.
Like 95% Minx and
I
Rapture.
mean, you go back to Straight to the Heart, Rapture convinced Regine to make an ass of herself in the middle of a board meeting, and then Minx made out with her boyfriend. So they were just like, fuck you.
And then they poured a smoothie into
Shayna's purse.
right out of Jamba Juice,
Yep.
or wherever it was, Smoothie King,
Smoothie King, my favorite.
wherever we said they were going.
I also put Pizzazz deserved better, but I will always love her.
Pizzazz always earns a spot on the best character list for me.
All the
even-
Misfits were deeply sidelined, but they're my princesses.
we didn't get-
Not Jenna, though.
Did Roxy say a line in this season?
Maybe not.
We always talk about did Aja or Shayna say a line, and
Usually Roxy has something to say.
usually it's one of those things where, again, we read the second Choose Your Own Adventure book recently where Roxy had not her name was not uttered in the book. It was just Pizzazz and Stormer.
They clearly thought the Misfits were two people.
Maybe they got an old version of the Gem Bible or
Who
something
knows?
weird.
They didn't realize that the Misfits needed at least 3 people to be a band. Oh my god.
Well, they could have been Hall & Oates. They could like a duo, a sweet Simon and Garfunkel, Hall & Oates, Pizzazz and Stormer.
Does not have the good ring to it.
No, it does not. Stormer
Phyllis
and
and
Pizzazz.
Mary.
Phyllis and Mary.
Yes!
Peter, Paul, and Mary.
Stop it! Stop making that reference!
What if I made a Peter, Paul, and Mary reference? Whatever.
During Jesus Christ Superstar.
Oh, did I? Whatever. I don't even know a Peter, Paul, and Mary song.
I don't know who they are!
A band from the 60s?
Okay!
Also among my best, saving herself from the wreckage heap of, I believe, both the previous 2 seasons being on the worst character list. Jericho becomes a best character just because she's...
She's suddenly the most entertaining character.
Well, I mean, when all of the episodes focus on her.
That's true.
None of the other people really get a chance to shine.
I appreciate that a side effect of her acting Berserkers is also her giving Rhea some of that gaslighting back.
Also true, yeah, because Midsummer Night's Madness is crazy. So,
Have I mentioned I like Minx?
yes, as we all do, I'm sure.
I have soft feelings for Clash.
Yeah.
Again, watching bad things happen to characters, even though they are bad, I do start to feel bad for them.
Yes.
And Clash is like a kid. Like, Pizzazz is a fucking adult. So to some degree, she is getting back what has been given to her.
Is Clash like Kimber age?
I think she's younger.
Younger than really? Oh my gosh.
I mean,
Like Rhea 18-ish.
yeah, like definitely want to be younger. Honestly, she looks 16 to me.
So those are some of the best and worst characters that we have for the season. We're going to move into some best and worst episodes, Kristen. I'm just going to go... I did put top 3 in our thing here, top bottom 3.
Uh-huh.
I broke my own rules.
Why do you keep doing this to me?
Because, and we'll go through your list because I put one episode as for the bottom 3 because, quite frankly, I liked a lot of the episodes of this season.
I did have some issues putting together my worst episodes because it's like all the ones that I didn't like too much, with the exception of one. They were all kind of on the same level of just being like, this isn't a great episode.
So maybe even not even doing top 3 here, Kristen.
I still have a top 3.
Well, I'm just going to say here, if you want to go on 3 here for the worst episode of the season, because I have a feeling we're on the same wavelength here.
Probably.
All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Dance!
Homeland Heartland.
Homeland Heartland. It's a dance episode.
It's a dance episode and not even an entertaining dance episode. It's really... I don't want to call it the worst episode of the series because it's not, because fuck you, Paul Dini.
Yeah. You go to hell, Paul Dini.
We're just going to... Can we lay it on the line right now and say Music is Magic is the worst episode of the series?
Yes! I absolutely think so.
I forgot. Yeah, we kind of have to... We're going to bring a full series perspective to some of these here. Homeland Heartland is bad because it's a dance episode, and it's not... It's following a character we don't like, doing boring things, doing things that... in a way that...
contrived and uninteresting.
In a way that doesn't make sense either, and
yeah,
and it's bad. Music is Magic is horrible. Now, Homeland Heartland has the same problem where the music's not great either, which also does not help Music is Magic, because Abracadabra could be you. Music is Magic is good. First 2, not great.
No!
But the 2 songs in this episode, which again, they play a song twice, which fucking lazy, first of all, as well. And I don't think we can say just how much we dislike. How do you convey, Kristen, how much you dislike dance?
Fuck her.
Fuck her. I agree. What was the... We'll just go up here. What was the second worst episode of the season for you?
Video Wars.
Video Wars.
Rhea nearly got eaten by a tiger. Or someone did. Aja? I don't remember who. Could have been Shayna.
Sorry, where was there a tiger in Video Wars? Now I can't remember.
It was a lion, I'm sorry.
Okay, right.
Because they were at the circus for 2 minutes.
Why?
Why?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Why indeed?
Now,
very bad animation in that episode.
Also true. Now the thing is, I thought, Video Wars rides directly on me being like, okay, yes, Clash's plan.
Go, Clash, go!
Yes, make your plans work, Clash. You've got a good idea here, and then the fucking stupid helicopter asshole, that stunt pilot or whatever, and all of the holograms turned into stunt people. What was your third worst episode?
Ride's Hope.
Okay.
Because why?
Had a feeling. Yeah, that one I would probably put as second worst for me, just because, again, Ride's dad is an asshole. We didn't need to see all that. I like that it puts some insight, and I mean, it's nice to see some backstory of the Stingers too, but anything with Ride's dad, not really too fond of.
And Rapture Who?
And Rapture Who. Rapture then joined us 2 weeks later. What? We'll move into best episodes here, Kristen, which I feel like you are correct in saying that the top 3 that I have here, I don't know if they would crack a top 3 for the series as a whole.
Yeah, that's something who knows if we end up with a whole series ranking episode of this fucking podcast, because I feel like we have more that we could say about
Basically
ranking everything altogether.
Basically all of them. Number 3 for my best episodes here is A Change of Heart, because, again, very good Minx episode. It's... Everybody kind of is weird in it, but I gotta say, good Minx, and Minx trying to be good and also jumping off a building, even though I was like, with it, it's also great. So,
yep. Like, not only attempting to jump off Starlight Mansion, but also attempting to jump off of an entire skyscraper.
Yes.
So she is serious as hell. My number 3 was The Day the Music Died.
Day the Music Died, also very good. That's later on in my list here, because really, I mean, I kind of had, usually it's more, especially for seasons 1 and 2, it was more like, this is definitely my favorite episode. I had a bit of a hard time choosing a favorite here to where, again, it's kind of like, they get to about 8 out of 10 at the highest, maybe, so...
And it's like they're all kind of, I appreciate all of mine for the same exact reasons of like, oh, this is fucking ridiculous.
Yes. You know what, I didn't put Midsummer Night's Madness on my list. Oh well.
You're a liar!
Number 2, I put The Stingers Hit Town, because, for both parts, as a whole, because I think that it's a very good narrative altogether, because you got stuff going on with all 3 bands. You got, it doesn't really work out in the best way, and Kimber being interested in Riot, and Wes not really knowing going on with Riot's a hypnotist or something stupid. Whatever.
That theory sounds more and more plausible the more times you repeat it, doesn't it?
But I think that The Stingers Hit Town is probably when the Stingers peaked. Probably.
Oh, sad. My number 2 is Midsummer Night's Madness.
Of course, because...
Riot stole a chariot! Minx fooled everyone in Athens.
I gotta say, Midsummer Night's Madness is probably replacing A Change of Heart as the third on my list, because it's really good. And number one for me was The Day the Music Died,
Ah.
because it's very... The Day the Music Died, again, you get a lot of different narratives, you get a lot of stuff going on. I like seeing everything go to shit when Jerica's not there. It's hilarious. And the 10-person Misfits band, great.
Amazing. So we did a 1-3 swap-a-rooney. My number one is A Change of Heart.
Oh, of course. I had a feeling when your response is,
Ah. Hey, Joe, I fucking love Minx.
I know, she's great.
She's the best.
And especially with what happens to her in that episode. As a whole, though, Kristen. Again, I said that probably any of these probably would not crack a top 3 for the entire series here.
Season 3 was weird.
It was weird. Do we agree then? Because I know that we were in agreement that The Fan was the best episode of the second season, right?
I can't remember.
Oh, good.
Stop asking me to pull these things out of my head with no prior research done.
Good, very good. I probably would say, because I think I put Last Resorts as my best episode of the first season, so I'm probably going to say The Fan's probably my favorite episode of the series as a whole, because it hits all those ridiculous points, and it's like you said, you got to show it to somebody and be like, look at this. Look at the crazy shit that happens in this episode.
That's exactly, I feel like I would come from a similar place where A Change of Heart, The Fan, and drugs.
Oh, Alone Again?
Alone Again.
Drugs.
All fill a very similar void for me, where they're just nuts. And they're very fun to watch because of that.
They are. So we're going to be doing, once again here, as we are wont to do again in these here, we're going to be doing our song challenge.
Did we determine how we're doing this? Coin flip for Misfits and Holograms?
Because of the way that we got 3 bands now, so not having 2 people, it could have just been, hey, we're going to do the Holograms and the Stingers, but that's no fun.
No.
We can't leave the Misfits out, not for a podcast like us that goes to bat for the Misfits the entire time here. So I'm just going to...
I don't want to write a Stinger song anyway.
Right, I'm just going to go right into random number generator here between...
No, it's a coin flip, Joe.
Well, there's 3 bands.
We're putting the Stingers in there too?
Yeah.
No! I want to do that.
Too late. Here we go. 1 through 3. I'm going to generate 1 is the Holograms, 2 is the Misfits, 3 is the Stingers.
Is this for me?
I got the Holograms. So you can get either the Misfits or the Stingers.
No.
Chris, I'll just give you the Misfits.
Okay, thank you. I really didn't want the Stingers.
Great, I got the Holograms again. God damn it. So...
you played yourself. Congratulations.
You updated the song challenge here, Kristen, so please give me the 15 song challenge. If you don't know, if for some reason this is the
first end of the season compilation you're listening to.
What we have done in the previous ones is we write a song and possibly an episode in the style of either the Holograms or the Misfits Fuck the Stingers that would be in that episode, like, which song it is, like during which segment, and upon several different topics that Kristen, you have laid out for us, so please.
So, in the past, in the first Stingtacuber, I got a hologram song about the coal mine.
Working in a coal mine, going down, down. I got a Misfit song about jaywalking.
And then in the next one, I got a Misfit song about space.
And I got a hologram song about the moral ambiguity of SeaWorld.
Yeah, so we got some fun things. I kept a couple of categories that we have not yet hit upon, but I added a lot of new ones. So here are the categories.
Please.
Vampires. Going on a shopping spree, and optional, getting a great deal. Dance's newest injury. Bad luck ruining your beach vacation.
Good.
Acknowledgement that this love dodecahedron is getting ridiculous.
It really is.
How drowning makes you a better person. High school graduation. A scummy local carnival. Bonnie's Kid Detective theme song. Bakery. Wild card and orphan song. Kimber has made a huge mistake. How fashion design actually works. An interband appreciation song.
Interband appreciation song, meaning, hey, let's sing a song
about how good our band is.
Okay, about how great Shayna is. Or how great
and then the
Asha
last
is.
category is, your podcast is over, what's next?
Alright, well, I'm gonna go ahead and hit the random number generator here, Kristen. I'm going to I'm not gonna sing it. I'm going to write a hologram song about, what is the third option?
Dance's newest industry.
Thank God. Oh, that's a layup. Oh my God.
Let's see what I get.
So, Kristen, you're going to be doing a Misfits song about 14.
An interband appreciation song. Yeah!
What the fucking layup? God damn it.
I'm sad. There were a couple in here that I would have loved to do.
I'm sad the hot take about Blade Runner is gone.
I'm sad you didn't get Bonnie's Kid Detective theme song.
So we're going to take a good 15 or so minutes here to go ahead and write that. And basically, when we get back, we're going to talk a little bit about those songs, the episode that they are in, that they are around, and we'll present them here for you. So we're going to be playing another song for you here in the meantime. Here it's going to be from A Change of Heart with Minx's cool wood piece hanging hat song, Are You Feeling Alright? You seem uptight. And when we come back, tell me that you're okay, or whatever. Don't tell me that you're fuck.
I don't get it. Something's wrong. You've been acting strange. Why the sudden change, baby? Why the sudden change? Are you feeling alright? You seem uptight. What's making you act this way? You're so out of sync. I don't know what to think. Are you feeling alright? I don't like it, not one bit. You seem so intense. Please don't take offense, baby. You're not making sense. Are you feeling alright? You seem uptight. Don't tell me that you're okay. You're so hard to touch. Forget your hunch. You ain't feeling alright. Come on, are you feeling alright?
So we are back. We have taken a little bit of time to get some tippy-tip-tap writing going on here. Mine's kind of sad, Kristen.
Are we gonna need me to play us out again?
I think so, because... So, full disclosure, when we started here, again, I'm writing a hologram song about Dance's latest injury, and my story was... Basically, it began... The seeds of it were, one, we can write something about Dance meeting her mom, and two, my thought was, what if Dance's mom was the one who caused the injury? My example being, what if Dance's mom stabbed her?
Jealous mom!
And then I thought, ooh, the holograms can't really write a song about that.
No, it's a little bit dark. I don't even think the Misfits would be able to write a celebratory song about Dance's mom stabbing her.
So my episode, Kristen, is titled Dance's Big Break, which...
Well, I already see a problem.
Now the thing is, it's, she doesn't break anything in the episode. Other than her brain, maybe.
Oh no.
So, I wrote a lot about the synopsis of the episode here. The holograms are invited back to Broadway after the success of Broadway Magic to take part in what is sure to be the next big show on Broadway. They want Dance to come with them because she has always had a dream of being on the biggest stage in theater, and that's when I wrote here, even bigger than finding her mom, which is why I was like, oh, mom stab.
Wow.
As it turns out, when they get to New York, they find that Dance's mom is the choreographer of the play. There's a tearful reunion, but at the end of segment 1, one of the stage props falls, and Dance pushes her estranged mother out of the way, taking the entire weight of a falling light on the back of her head.
Ow! Big ouch.
Segment 2, we find that Dance's concussion from the light falling on her has also given her amnesia.
Of course.
There is a twisted irony that as soon as Dance and her mother are reunited, they are again pulled apart, essentially. Again, very dramatic.
Very funny also.
Dance and her mother spend time together going to many great places in New York that inspired her love of dance and goodwill toward men and whatever, set toward the song that I wrote.
All right.
Segment 3 has Dance's mom once again in danger thanks to faulty work on the play here. They find that it's being intentionally sabotaged for insurance money by the man behind the project, Eric Raymond. Why they hired Jem, who knows?
They just did.
Somebody went over Eric's head.
And he went, fuck! I was trying to do a producer's thing!
Jem and company stop Eric just in time, but there's another light that goes to fall here. This time Dance's mom saves Dance. I was gonna write that Dance's mom dies here.
Does she just get her own amnesia?
No, she saves Dance. The event triggers her memories to come back, and they're
happy ending.
Yeah, happily ever after. They all hug. I wrote literally they all hug and whatever.
We were not even dicks enough to give Dance a fictional bad ending.
Then the holograms perform the show. Dance becomes a big old Broadway star.
And then she's gone forever?
Hopefully. So my song, Kristen, originally the song title that I wrote was Break a Leg because I wanted all the tendons in her leg to snap again. Not the song title, excuse me, the episode title was. The song that I wrote, Memories, by Jem and the
Holograms. Corners of my mind.
By Jem and the Holograms.
Of the way we were.
Take a walk with me to a time filled with glee. It's at the corner of friendship with me.
Stop looking at me.
Here we we are at a place of your past. Memories of childhood still longing to last. This is the place where you belong. Brilliant.
So Dance's mom originally took her to New York before losing her.
Oh, wait a minute. I just realized I used I used the same rhyme from You Ought to See the View from Here.
I know!
This is the place where you belong. This is the place where we belong. Up in the clouds writing out a song. Brilliant, hopeful on the wings of a song. You ought to see the view. You ought to see the memories from here, Kristen.
Yeah!
They're fabulous, and so are we.
Wait.
Memories, they're what make you whole. Memories, a key right to the soul. Memories, filled with all you can find. Memories, tell me what's on your mind.
Nothing.
Do you remember the times that we shared? Laughing and joyous, like the world didn't care. Here's where our love was shining and bright, a bond that's enough to light up the night. What can we do to burn like that again? All you can do is remember when. Memories, they're what make you whole. Memories, the key to the soul. Memories, they come flooding through. Memories of me and of you.
Oh my god! That is very Holly Ramsey. Good job. I feel like we may have accidentally written 2 serious songs that are like a little bit 2 things that could have actually been in there. Whereas, let's be honest, the parade and the coal miner thing were kind of... And I guess the whale thing too. Were as weird as we could have gotten.
That had Stormer releasing a whale from SeaWorld.
I know! Free Willy! I think it's just by the roll of the dice that I didn't end up writing the Misfits Detective Kid Bonnie song. So, we take what we get, and we get what we take. Good job, Joe.
Thank you.
We will never write songs again after this. So as for my Misfits song about an interband appreciation, my episode is The Music Awards Part 3.
Music Awards 3, Electric 3, Loop.
Yep. It's the 2nd annual Music Awards, and the Misfits are expecting another win. As last year's previous winners, they get to perform on stage but can't decide what the song should be about. Pizzazz wants to sing about how good it feels to beat your rivals, Stormer wants to write about how good it feels to be pioneers in rock music, and Roxy wants to write about how proud she is to have made a name for herself through the Misfits. Jetta is not in this episode.
See, episode 27 of season 1.
Whoops! After spending the episode fighting about it, they finally realize that everyone brings something to the table and manage to begrudgingly collaborate. This is the last song of the episode, and there are no holograms in this episode. It is a Misfits bottle episode.
It's a Misfits OVA.
Yes. So here is the song that they perform at the Music Awards, Part 3. If you don't know us by now, you'd better pay attention. No, we don't have no ups and downs. We're always on an ascension. That word, I had to force it out.
Nice.
You've got that hot pizzazz, the kind of noise that blows our fans away. A power no one has. Misfits for life, not just for today. Better take cover because a storm is coming through. With keys so hot they'll burn you up. Together there's nothing we can't do. Roxy rumbles, tumbling drums or shredding guitar. Philly said she'd be nothing. They laughed at her dreams. But who's laughing now when she's a big star? We're bigger than the sum of our parts. Can't be replaced. Eric, are you listening? Call out to Eric in the middle of the song. Watch out while we're climbing the charts, almost blinded by our own jewelry glistening. Misfits don't ask, they take, and we don't need no crummy award. Act any other way and we'd be fake. Get lost or get on board.
Yeah.
Never mind, just get lost. The Misfits do not win Artist of the Year, and they don't give a fuck.
What was the name of the song? I'm sorry.
I forgot to write it.
Misfits for life.
Misfits.
Misfits!
Misfats.
Misfats. Why did the people in Adventure in China have a banner that said Misfits?
Because it's funny that they don't speak English. So yay!
Yay! That was good. Yeah, I like the idea of a Misfits OVA.
Yeah! I got super into this while I was writing it. I'm like, oh, they're such good friends! They hate each other.
That moment where they're running on the beach and now. Oh, it's so good.
I love these idiot lesbians.
So that was our final of the songs here to write for Gem. Kristen, there is something that we started doing for the podcast here that we actually ended up kind of forgetting about.
They stopped.
They stopped on Netflix.
Yeah, so then I couldn't remember.
And I forgot about them.
It was always my job to begin with, so.
If you don't remember... So, alright, you remember the whole... I can't think of an actual real topic that was dealt with in the G.I. Joe ones. I just remember the...
Drugs!
I just remember the Fensler film ones.
Don't do the drugs.
Pork chop sandwiches.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
What? Oh, I gotta... They're so good.
Oh, God. I shouldn't have said anything.
So, they had, knowing is half the battle. One of
Yes.
those things. The Transformers had one too. I think they also did knowing is half the battle. And
Sure.
I don't know. Of course, we had to do some PSAs for Jem in the middle of season 1 that we're doing the right thing makes you a superstar, a Jesus Christ superstar.
We did the one about not lying to your mom, and the one about actually trying in order to get better at guitar.
Did we do the one about the spray paint too, or did we not?
That was the first one on here, so I don't think so.
Okay.
I didn't remember that one at all.
Okay, very good. I must have watched that for some reason. So there were 9 of these PSAs altogether. We talked about 2 of them so far, so we're going to just go over the other 7 here.
I wrote summaries of them.
Kristen, if you please.
Okay, so in the first one, street tough kids are graffitiing a wall. One kid doesn't want to do a graffito, so they call him a sissy.
A graffito?
I didn't mean to do that, and then I
I
ended up
was
using
going
that
to say, is that a singular for graffiti?
I ended up using that word about 5 more times in this description. There are no girls because girls can't be vandals.
Of course.
He says he doesn't have to prove anything, and then Jem rolls into this alley and goes, "That's right, you don't wake up, sheeple." And then the other kids say they didn't want to do a graffito either. But they were too scared to say no. The initial I keep using that word. Then the initial graffito throws his can away, which he should have recycled, and says, "Hey, wait for me," as if he doesn't think Jem already called the cops on him, and you know she did.
And then running like the wind starts playing.
Doing the right thing makes you a super snitch.
Damn it, Jem.
So that's that.
You fucking narc.
I wrote these just long enough ago that they're hilarious to me because it's my exact sense of humor.
What were they graffitioing?
It said, oh no, what did it say? It said something super stupid. Puppet. They wrote the word puppet on the wall. That's why I wrote
Oh
wake
my
up
god!
sheeple.
Oh my god, Kristen. So all right. So what would cause these children to write puppet on the wall? They're all right.
They
So
don't know any curse words.
So they're at their
And they
favorite.
don't know how to draw dicks. So number 2, Chrissy is walking home with another girl when a lady rolls up in a car like, "Your parents were in an accident, get in!" Which was a mistake because Chrissy doesn't have parents, so pick your marks better, kidnapper lady. Ladies can be kidnappers.
All right. So we've got already can't be a graffito, can be a kidnapper.
Yes.
So volumes of crime.
Exactly. It's tears. Chrissy gives up the gambit and assumes she's talking to the non-orphan friend Vicky and says, "Girl, do not get in that car!" And the lady leaves when Jem rolls up like, "Who are you talking to? Tell me right now!"
Where are the drugs, Laura?
"Where are the drugs?" And then she says, "Great job on not getting kidnapped. It makes you a superstar."
So all right. Another thing, Kristen. There's a G.I. Joe one that's exactly like that, except with a dude.
Ah.
And then a guy on a police motorcycle rolls up and is just like, "Hey, good job."
You did
So
it.
again, same kind of thing, pretty much.
One of the things I didn't appreciate is when Jem does roll up, she's like, she talks to the girl and the girl's like, "She said that my parents were in an accident." And Jem, not knowing the situation, goes, "No, your parents are fine." What was wrong?
What if it did happen to where it's just like, hey, and I thought, didn't Law and Order teach us that kidnappers are usually people within the immediate family?
Yeah.
So,
I just avoid this by never talking to anyone ever.
hey, there you go. But
It's worked for me so far. The Swiss cheese pervert hasn't kidnapped me yet. That's the thing in Philly. Have you ever heard about that?
excuse me?
It was a guy who would flash people, and when he flashed them, there would be a piece of Swiss cheese on his area.
Why?
Because he was a Swiss cheese pervert.
Why?
He was active when I was not leaving my college too much, so I never encountered the Swiss cheese pervert.
You punch him in the dick. You
I
punch
would.
him right in that Swiss cheese.
Goodbye. Make some
Kick
more
him
holes
in
in
the
that
Swiss
cheese.
cheese. Just don't,
That's true. Don't you get some skin-to-skin contact there.
Don't get your hand near there.
Yeah, don't want that. Okay, so number 3. Bonnie is walking with her creepy Aryan friends when the boy says he feels sick, and a maybe 4-year-old girl who looks identical to him but is not his sister says she just picked up her dad's prescription, which could be for anything, and offers it to him. They walk by Jem, who is staking them out, and Jem agrees with Bonnie when she says, "Probably don't get your friends addicted to opioids." The little girl argues with Jem because he doesn't feel good, and Jem says, "Go to a doctor, be a superstar, you little idiot, be a superstar."
Hey, this holiday season, be a superstar.
Be a superstar.
Go to the doctor. Don't be an idiot.
Save a horse, be a superstar. Here's number 4. An idiot roadie drives an AV cart directly over a 2/3 inch thick cable that he clearly could have avoided, and it snaps. Terry and her side piece roll by like, "Oh shit, a snapped power line." Like
Kristen, are they on bikes right now?
No, they're indoors. That's the thing. They act like they're outside, but they're clearly inside. The boy is like, "Let me just nudge it out of the way with my bare hands." And Jem runs in like, "I can't take my eyes off you kids for 2 seconds." Jem runs over with Shayna, and Shayna gets a line on how much being electrocuted probably hurts. Calling the power company makes you a superstar.
So, Kristen, this sounds very similar to another G.I. Joe one where Again, snapped power line, kids on bikes, and, Roadblock rolls up or whomever, and it's just like, whoa, wait a minute. And he pulls out a thing, like a clamp, and kind of tosses it aside.
And then he hits someone behind him. You know what else that reminds me of? The Brady Bunch movie.
Brady Bunch movie with the power line. Was it... It's fucking the neighbor thought it was Cindy's jump rope.
Yes. Because she's standing outside his house where the power line broke, and the guy said, please stand here, we're going to be right back, just make sure no one touches this. And he says, get the fuck out of my yard. And she says, and he says, get the fuck out of my yard. And when she's leaving, he says, you forgot your jump rope. And then electrocutes himself. I haven't seen the Brady Bunch movie in a very long time.
God, I fucking love the Brady Bunch movie so much.
Okay, number 5. Bonnie is just watching a concert with Jem and Kimber at the very back of a standing room only crowd when a 4-year-old girl freaks out because she lost her sister. Jem says that she lost her sister too, and sometimes she goes, I forgot I wrote this. Jem says that she lost her sister too, and sometimes she can still hear her voice, and Kimber says, stop telling everyone I'm dead. This PSA is somehow not about keeping your little sister on a leash in a crowded public place. Being a neglectful sister makes you a superstar.
So I'm sorry. What is the so it's like I lost my sister, and does Jem offer any advice?
Jem says, "Don't freak out. We'll help you find your sister, or preferably, if you find yourself lost, go find a security guard." A security guard comes over and she says, "Mister, can you help me find my sister?" And he says, "No problem, little girl. She's been looking for you. Hey, over here!" And then the sister, who appears to be Jem and Kimber's age, not a small little sister, because this little kid is shorter than Bonnie.
So this older sister is drunk off her ass.
Yes! Smoking all kinds of dope. Being a neglectful sister makes you a superstar. Here's number 6. I thought we did this one already, so I barely wrote anything. Jem nearly runs over 2 kids riding their bikes and then lectures them, even though she's the one with headlights and a murder machine. Bike safety. Did we do this one already? Superstar bikes.
So, Kristen, this, again, reminds me very much of a G.I. Joe one, because it's one of those things like, hey, put a reflector on your bike, you dumbass, you shit brain.
Don't ride on the side of the road where the cars are coming at you.
I always like riding on that side of the road where the cars are coming at me.
Because no one can hit you from behind!
Yes, because that's the thing, at least I know what's coming at me.
Mm-hmm. Or they said preferably go on the sidewalk, you dump asses.
Riding my bike on the sidewalk. Okay.
And
all right. Do you want me to break my asshole? All right, cool.
Yes, I do. Here's the last one. Chrissy is friends with a shoplifter, which shows that she's a bad judge of character. She stops her friend from stealing a Jem cassette because Jem has been teaching the orphans to protect her bottom line. Aja says she should ask her parents how she can earn the money to get something she wants, but her eyes say, when Napster is invented in a few years, I better not catch you pirating our music, you little sticky-fingered creep. Stealing is wrong. Being incredibly on the nose about your lessons makes you a superstar.
Metallica!
Yeah!
Yeah, don't steal.
Don't steal.
Don't steal.
It's pretty fucking simple.
That's a pretty good, so...
The girl changes her mind pretty quickly, too. She's like, you know what, stealing is wrong.
It's probably because Aja was standing right there.
They came later after Chrissy said, don't put that in your purse, put it back.
Don't be a stealer pants.
Be a superstar.
So I think I learned a lot about those PSAs, Kristen. I think we're both a lot better off now that we learned a lot about...
I think what you learned is that if I ever catch you shoplifting ever again, I'm gonna hit you with a cigarette lighter. Right on your hand.
With a cigarette? Oh, just
one from a car.
Oh, okay. See, I thought you meant just a nice Bic lighter, just throw it at me?
No, I'm gonna...
You're gonna push in the cigarette lighter, you're gonna stand there?
I'm gonna bring it with me into the store, and if I see you misbehaving, boom, just like in Heathers, when Winona Ryder does it to herself.
Can I light a cigarette off your hand?
No! You don't get to be Christian Slater. Also, it's your hand.
True.
You're Winona Ryder and Christian Slater.
Nice.
It's bad, Joe.
I get to blow myself up and survive.
This PSA has gone totally wrong. Don't bomb your school. Be a superstar.
Hey, Heathers is great for PSAs. Teenage suicide. Don't do it.
Teenage suicide. Don't do it. By Big Fun.
So, I'm glad that we went back because we wanted to do that in the first Stingtacuber.
Yeah, I did. I really, really enjoyed writing really stupid summaries of these. Again, I feel like it's a kind of testament to my improv writing comedy skills, where I'm just like, this is my first pass at it, and this is what comes out of my head. Is it funny? I don't know. I think it is. They're my jokes. Of course I think they're funny.
Well, Kristen, we're winding down here. We are going to have one more song here before we finish up. It is from that old Houdini magic. It is Believe, Don't Believe, and when we get back, it's going to be the bottom 3 and the top 5 songs of the season, and then probably the series itself. You have your hand up. Are you trying to ask me a question?
No, I'm doing, jazz hands. I'm wiggling my fingers for effect. It was for your benefit only.
Clearly.
Believe in me, you can see with your eyes all the many wonders as I can do. Believe in me, I'm a wizard in disguise. Why would I want to lie to you?
Don't believe everything you see. There's more than meets the eye. Don't believe in a fantasy. The truth is underneath the lie.
Believe in me is the reason you should have all the many marvels I achieve. Believe in me is the trick to figure out the life I live up my sleeve.
Don't believe everything you hear. Don't be blinded by the lie. Don't believe, try and see it clear. The truth is hidden out of sight.
Don't be afraid of superstition.
Don't be misled by blind ambition.
Believe in me.
Don't believe everything you see.
Believe in me.
Don't believe everything you see.
So, Kristen, bottom 3, top 5. The bottom...
Hey, guess what?
Yes.
You dumb dick.
What?
I cheated on the bottom 3.
Oh, nice.
I have a bottom 4.
Oh, okay, that's fine. I don't mind you breaking the rules.
Because you did already.
Because I broke the rules. I set a bad precedent. So, here's our previous worst songs of the seasons. I believe, I know that last time it was It Could Be You.
That's, I think, still the worst song.
Probably the worst song in the series.
Worst song I've ever heard in my entire life.
Probably. Back in season 1, I don't remember, quite frankly. I'm going to say that it might have been Click Clash.
I said Set Your Sails, but it
Set
was
Your
a joke.
Sails was a joke.
Yes.
I don't remember what mine was. I don't think it might have been Click Clash either. I know that was very close. But number 3, well, actually, give me your fourth on the bottom 4, please.
My number
first.
4 is Music and Dance.
Music and Dance should have been on my list. It was not. It gets an honorable mention for me as well for being
Yeah.
for wanted to play it twice, which is a shit bag thing to do. Hasbro, thanks, or
It's
whomever.
like the song itself isn't very bad, but the intentional misspelling of dance took me over the edge, and I cannot abide by it.
East is east and west is west.
Or maybe.
Some people say.
Who fucking knows?
Kristen, my number 3 is Too Much from A Change of Heart.
Yeah, I can get that.
Because
We complained a lot about that song because it just wasn't anything.
it's a weird song. It's not a bad song. It's also got a saxophone in it, which again, no Jetta, so why is that a thing? But it's too much.
It is no trapped, that
No.
is for sure.
No, it is not. What is your number 3, Kristen?
Music and Dance, the second time they played it.
Whoa.
The Wikipedia page for Gem Season 3 had the goal to have Music and Dance, Falling in Love with a Stranger, Music and Dance, in parentheses, a second time. So you know what? Me too. Go to hell.
Which is true. Which is very true. Number 2 for me, Kristen, is The Last Laugh, which is a song petty. Again, very petty. It's not. Again, it might be better than Too Much as a song, but thematically, I hate it.
Yep.
It's a song that I don't really want to listen to, as well as I don't like the fact that the Misfits are getting shit on.
The context is irritating
The context is very irritating.
My number 2 is Our Love Makes You Beautiful,
Oh, yeah, that's also a good...
aka You're Ugly But I Don't Want to Say It.
And a really bad...
Backhanded the song.
bad way to end that episode when Starlight's a good song and then you begin that Starlight makes you beautiful.
No!
To me.
Ah, it's Red Mac. Ugh.
Big Mac.
No, gross. I prefer Whoppers.
My number 1 worst song of the season, Kristen, is One of Those Days, because it is worse than the last, where at least The Last Laugh is also entertaining in a stupid way, because it's just like, look at how indignant Jem is being. One of Those Days is just shitty, and it's rainy, and they're on a bus, and it's not...
Bad animation.
Bad animation, it's not fun. Lights are exploding because Rio's being overworked, and it's when nothing goes quite right, and you're feeling all uptight. This is one of those days. No, I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
How about you stop complaining because you're rich and famous? My number 1 is Too Much.
Too Much is bad.
Yep.
I feel bad when I put, when I end up stealing your thunder and then you kind of give your perspective on the song and it's just like, well...
And you've already heard my opinion on this.
So that was the bottom 3. Again, not gonna top It Could Be You.
No.
Wow, really, what a double whammy for Music is Magic to get.
Paul Dini.
Paul Dini. He didn't write the song.
No, but
Paul.
he is the catalyst for everything that happened that was wrong.
I gotta write 2 Magic songs?
Ah!
Fuck.
Worst.
Fuck me.
Ugh.
Here we are. The top 5 songs of Season 3 of Gem.
I feel like we're gonna have pretty similar lists.
I don't know. I mean, it'll probably be pretty similar. I'm gonna start off here. My number 5 of the top 5 is Mind Games from that old Houdini Magic, a fine Stinger song. I've got more Stinger songs than you do on this list, I'm sure.
I have 2.
And what is your number 5, Kristen?
My number 5 is Take It or Leave It.
That's also a good one.
It's fun to watch the Stingers being assholes by the pool.
and not an album falling into the pool.
Yes, the opposite.
More pool through line.
Dichotomy. Something weird is happening here. They start establishing dominance near water, and then the water doth consume them. Ashes to ashes, drown to drown.
Water to water.
Sting, sting, stingers.
My number 4 from Beauty and the Rock promoter, Let Me Go, Set Me Free, and Let Me Fly.
Let her go.
I don't know if we
I will die.
Hey, I like it. It's good. It's a fun
It's
song.
not that bad.
It's a fun song, and
Let you go.
Cookie Monster.
My number 4 is Destiny.
Oh.
Destiny.
By the Stangers.
The Stongers.
The Destingers.
The Distors. It's just nice that a Rapture and Mix got to sing more.
They got pieces of the song. It's
Yeah.
nice. Yeah.
I like when Rapture is pulling her shit. It's entertaining. Good to have a song formed around just being like, hey Riot, shut up, you're good.
Look at me. I'm a medium, I guess.
Uh-huh.
An oracle. There we go.
Oh.
Number
Because
3.
she sees people's orals.
Orals. Oh no. Oh no. Wait a minute.
Wait.
Number 3 for me, Kristen, from The Day the Music Died, is top of the charts.
Ah.
The Misfits song that is...
Pizzazz wins.
Pizzazz wins the song, because really, you don't get much better than... They said that you would never break through. Oh yeah? Well, pardon me while I gloat. Ooh, it's good. It's almost as good as... What is the song? What is the song?
Queen of rock and roll.
Queen of Rock and Roll, of course. Yes, where we get the...
I can't believe that didn't make my top list in season 2.
Season 1.
Oh.
Yeah, that's all the way back. All the way back.
Wow.
Princess and the Singer was a long time
Got the
ago.
rhythm in my soul. I love the Misfits.
The Queen. What's your number 3, Kristen?
My number 3 is Now from the Stingers Hit Town.
I should have put Now in my top 5.
You know what cracked it for me, Joe? Your screen cap of the Misfits holding hands on the beach.
Holding hands and running on the beach because they are the best of friends, and that's my favorite part of the music
They
video.
love each other.
They do.
And I care about the Misfits.
Now should have been on my top 5. It's a very, very good song and also that's a very good way to put everything together for like why the Stingers Hit Town was one of my favorites as well. As like Now is a good song that shows like here's a wrap up of all the storylines that we had for the episode here. Everybody's again, we've got a new status quo. Here we are. Here it is.
We did it. Yeah.
Number 2 for me was Destiny from Midsummer Night's Madness because, again, I very much like the Rapture leading of the song here and the Turn the Beat Around lady getting to do more than just sing back up for Riot.
I share your convictions.
Same thing goes for me.
Yeah.
Here we really do.
Will come to be.
It's Density.
It's density.
What is your number 2, Kristen?
My number 2 is This Is Farewell.
Oh,
From A Father Should Be,
no.
because it made me fucking cry.
Again, I thought about that. It is not on my list, but I really felt like, you know what, this deserves something because fuck, oh no.
How dare you? This bad cartoon made me feel things.
Number 1, considering we both haven't said it, Kristen, I'm assuming that we're on the same page for this one.
No,
here.
we're not.
Oh, we're not? Okay.
No.
Oh, because I already said yours.
You fucked me over.
Again.
Should I say mine first then?
What is your number 1, Kristen?
It's top of the charts.
Top of the charts.
Fuck you, Joe.
Because it's really great.
It's great.
Now, along this...
Pizzazz is my favorite character. I don't know if you noticed.
Because along the same through line, Kristen, my favorite song of the season is Lovesick from the Stingers Hit Town.
I feel bad for Pizzazz in that song.
I feel bad for Pizzazz too, but it's also a very good song.
Yeah.
And I like, again, you got the imagery at the very end there of Rapture cutting the strings and Pizzazz, we just, falling over really slowly.
And then she dies.
But
it's fine because she can't die.
Pizzazz dressed like an idiot.
So yeah, I guess this is the Stingtacuber, but it's actually the Pizzazz-Tacuber.
I was really thinking because
Stingtacuber.
I had said to you before we recorded here, there isn't official art of the Stingers that I used for the album covers, like the early, for the album image, whatever. The image for the episode.
Yes.
Like the Glitter and Gold Gem and Kimber previously. So I thought about it and I was like, how can I put Pizzazz in here instead? Pizztacuber? That sounds weird. Kim says tacu pizzas? No. So Pizzazz, I think, is the champion of the series and deserves her due.
This was all along a secret podcast about how Pizzazz is our favorite character.
About how Pizzazz is great and the best and amazing and overall is the best characters of the series. I know that this has come and gone, but I think that as far as it goes, I know that I'm pretty sure I came away the first time watching through Gem that Stormer was my favorite character, but Storm is still up there, but
She's still great.
But it's probably Pizzazz.
Yeah. I mean, just by virtue that Pizzazz gets so much more to do.
Yes, that too, but...
Stormer's depth is never explored to its full potential.
we explained in the first season a lot, or the first, the the Kimtacuber, the first one.
Yes.
I already forget that, the sister is the first season, and then the main character is the second season. So, that, there weren't I don't think there is a time where we go, Pizzazz, what are you doing?
No! We never go, why did Pizzazz do that? We always go, of course Pizzazz would do that!
She is the greatest and beautiful. So... that was our Stingtacuber here, Kristen. It is now. This is farewell, but not forever. This is farewell until we're back together.
We still got a book to do.
This is so long for now.
And I have to complain while you rank every single song in this series.
Eventually, we'll get there. So I think again, we talked about this a little bit at the beginning here. Jem is wonderful. It's horrible. It's wonderful. I love it. I love Jem so much.
Us deciding to do this was not time wasted.
No, not at all.
Again, if anything, now everyone who ever wants to hear someone's opinions on Jem on the internet can be forced to hear ours.
With cuss words, because I know we're not the only one
Yes.
that have given opinions on Jem, obviously.
Do the other ones not use cuss words?
I have no idea.
Oh.
I
never checked.
I mean, I was listening to A Change of Heart, I'm pretty sure, Kristen, and we were lobbing fuck bombs everywhere.
It's funny, because I definitely remember there being a time where I felt like I avoided using the word horny on purpose. And then that stopped, like, midway through season 2.
Because, really, we're a bit sailor mouthy. We can be, but whatever.
We're people in our mid-20s. So what do you want from us? It's just a children's cartoon.
It's just a children's cartoon, and I think that encapsulates Jem fairly well, Kristen. It is just a children's cartoon, and that's why it's fun to complain about.
Yeah, exactly. I have a higher standard for things than children, so listen to my opinions about it.
Now is the point in the evening where I'll list off all of the fun contact things where you can find us. You can follow us on the Twitter machine at cwtapod. You can follow me at Octopus, which is AWKTAPUS.
You can follow me at FunnyGirlTM, like trademark.
You can find us on the iTunes, on the SoundCloud, on the Stitcher Radio, on the YouTube, on the Twitch, on the SoundCloud, on the Stitcher Radio, and all those places. Leave a rating, give a review, do whatever you feel like. You can also drop us a line, cwtapod@gmail.com, where you can tell us all about your favorite things in Jem, your least favorite things, all of the things that make you feel with Jem. You make me feel like a natural woman.
Also, what do we do with the podcast now? Do you have any suggestions?
Next time, Kristen, we will be doing something.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
There may be a brief hiatus while we figure out what the fuck we're gonna do now. We will keep podcasting, but we're not sure how yet.
We'll get something. We've got, some movies in the pipeline, possibly. We've got
Yes, we do have a 2-year anniversary thing
the 2-year
planned.
anniversary thing.
That will definitely be up on this feed. Otherwise, we are in the talks. Also, Madeline will be moving in with me soon, so we will probably end up with a third man on this podcast.
Possibly. Definitely sounds like it. I think, though, we can't close the book on Jem just yet. But
Oh, yeah.
we're going to put our pinky on the last page, basically. Close the book here. Really hurt your pinky when you crush it, especially if it's something big. But this has been 65 episodes, this being 66, all dealing with a pink lady. Not named Rizzo. 67 if you count the movie as well.
Well, yeah.
But we will go ahead and put an end to it here for the Can We Talk About podcast. My name is Joe.
I'm Kristen.
And join us next time for something.
Something's in the mail!
Something.